in absolute carnage. In space, Captain Marvel is gaining her bearings as the vast infinity of space can be hard to articulate. As Captain Marvel heads to go deal with a cosmic threat, she regains her composure by watching videos of her pet cat. As of right now, her pet cat is left in the care of her friend Phyllis. Now, as Captain Marvel fights this giant Lovecraftian tentacle monster, she thinks about how the last time Phyllis cat said she overfed Chewie. Captain Marvel proceeds to blow this creature to bits, and then she returns to her home in East Village. As Captain Marvel enters her home, she looks around for her pet cat, Chewie. Now, Captain Marvel would eventually find Chewie, but by the time she found Chewie, Chewie had been turned into a symbiote that was being controlled by Carnage. Now, Captain Marvel is like, oh shit, as Chewie proceeds to attack her. But Captain Marvel subdues Chewie by grabbing her by her spine. But unfortunately, it's not enough, as Chewie opens his mouth and spews out a fuck ton of tentacles that proceed to grab Captain Marvel. But Captain Marvel is not just going to kill her symbiote-possessed cat. But as Captain Marvel tries to pull away from Chewie, Chewie fucking swallows her whole. Chewie then proceeds to clean herself as Captain Marvel slips into the abyss. As Captain Marvel fades through the darkness, she thinks about the last time she was consumed by a symbiote. Last time she was helpless to destroy it from the inside. But this time will be different as she finds herself in the pocket dimension inside her cat. Carnage welcomes Captain Marvel as he tells her she has something he's missing, a codex. Captain Marvel gets confronted by Carnage, and Carnage lets her know he's a god in this place. But Captain Marvel tells him to fuck off as he's nothing but an infection. Carnage asks if she's the cure as Captain Marvel attempts to fly away. But Carnage grabs her ass and drags her right back down. Now that pisses Captain Marvel off and she starts to beat the shit out of Carnage. But she quickly comes to the realization that hurting Carnage also hurts her cat in this state. Now Captain Marvel understands that Chewie's in pain, but what she's about to do is for Chewie's own good as she proceeds to blast Carnage with energy beams. Carnage asks her if that's all she has, as all kinds of tendrils attempt to grab Captain Marvel. But Captain Marvel states there's more than one way to skin a cat as she powers up and begins to fly towards the exit. Meanwhile, Phyllis makes it over to Captain Marvel's house, and she notices that Chewie is infected with something. Chewie is attempting to spit something up, but as Phyllis attempts to help Chewie, Captain Marvel bursts out of Chewie's mouth, chasing a Carnage symbiote. Carnage attempts to escape the grasp of Captain Marvel, and as Captain Marvel pursues him, Carnage attempts to bond with her once again. But Captain Marvel goes Super Saiyan on that ass, enveloping herself in a fiery aura, eviscerating Carnage once and for all, at least for now. Captain Marvel would take Chewie to Jessica Drew's house, leaving her in the care of Spider-Woman. Captain Marvel would then head out, as it would appear Carnage drones are starting to take over the city. But as Captain Marvel arrives, she warns them that the party's over. To be continued.